Revenant has a secret movement mechanic that is absolutely broken. Respawn forgot to do some playtesting and they didn't notice that they actually gave him an extra extremely broken ability built into his tactical that, let's be honest, is going to be paired very well with his ultimate. There's tons of legends in Apex who have abilities based off of repositioning and pushing up or back quickly and aggressively. But with every legend, you need to have a clear line of sight to be able to use the ability. Otherwise, it doesn't work well, properly, and sometimes it doesn't work at all. But with Revenant, well, he's the only acceptance. Revenant can not only just use his abilities to leap over walls, pounce forward into players or into new positions, but he can also pounce with zero line of sight from cover. So how is this broken, you might ask? If you've watched literally any of the coaching sessions here on YouTube or seen my live streams or TikTok, I talk all the time about how you need to be using cover. Otherwise, you're opening yourself up to take non-stop damage. And if you're an Octane and you break someone and you want to push that person, you're going to need to throw a jump pad in the open, giving that person the ability to shoot you as you're trying to move forward. And you can't use your ability if you're pressed up against a wall or even sometimes relatively close to tall walls. But with Revenant, you can create a scenario that you can play aggressive off of, and you don't need to risk any of your health by putting yourself in the open so that you can use your ability to push up faster. You can simply put yourself into a safe position after you've hurt someone, keeping you from taking any extra damage, and then use your ability to quickly push up with all of that extra health that you got to keep. Now, doing this mechanic is actually really easy. All you really need to do is get behind cover, hold down your tactical, or sometimes even tap your tactical depending on how tall the object is, and make sure that you are either looking perfectly straight or slightly above. If you're looking down at all, it's just going to push you straight up into the air as soon as you hit the wall. But if you're looking slightly above a perfectly horizontal line, then that is what's going to push you over and past the wall. Now, even though I did say earlier that this is a really broken mechanic from Revenant, there are some downsides to using this method. The main downside is simply that the higher that the wall is and the more that you have to push over it, the less distance you're going to get once you get past that wall. During my testing, I tried this on both double boxes, single boxes, small ledges, really tall walls, and as you can see here, I get significantly more distance off of the single box compared to the double box. The double box, I pretty much always end up landing in the exact same spot, versus the single box, I always go significantly past it. And the other slight downside to using this type of method, which I kind of already talked a little bit about before, is that if you're not looking either perfectly straight or a little bit above and you are looking just a little bit down, it's not going to pounce you forward, and it might open you up to taking a lot of damage by just popping you straight up into the air. And another downside about using this type of method of being super close to the cover that you're trying to pop over is that if it's too tall, for example, anything over a double box, you're not actually going to move forward. It's just going to pop you to the very top of the cover. I'm still trying to test out the different heights of objects that determines if you're going to go over and past or if you're just going to pop up to the very top. But so far, it looks like anything that's over 2 boxes tall isn't quite going to get you over and past. And just a reminder to kind of recap what's actually happening here. It's not that Revenant's ability to go over boxes is game-changing and broken. It's the fact that Revenant doesn't have to look at where he's going so that he can bounce over the box. He also doesn't have to be backed away from the box so that he doesn't run into it and then get instantly stopped, a lot like Pathfinder, Octane, Vantage, Ash. Having the ability to be pressed right up against the thing that's keeping you safe and then instantly pop right over top of it with tons of speed and momentum is super, super broken. And he's the only legend who can currently do that other than Horizon. But Horizon doesn't have the ability to push forward very quickly. She just really pops up over the cover and that's it. So again, Revenant right now is absolutely broken. And I just want to give a quick shout out before we wrap up this video to SteelFoam. He's actually the person who I saw this from. I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw a new Revenant movement tech on my YouTube feed, decided to give it a shot, click on it, watched it, and I actually saw this from him. Now SteelFoam's calling it the Foam Fling. If you guys want to call it that, by all means go right ahead. I don't know if he's the first person to discover this. I've been seeing this video pop up a little bit more and more here on YouTube. I just wanted to make sure that I took the time to really investigate this and give a little bit more information as to what's going on so that you guys have a better understanding. Now, if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you guys want to learn more movement tech, make sure to check out some of the guides here on my YouTube channel, or consider joining one of my Thursday classes that I host every single week of every single month. through my Discord server. It's about 15 bucks a month for your first month. We have a whole library of different movement techs that you guys can go back, rewatch whenever you want. And then we open up a private lobby every Thursday with a movement coach in that lobby with you, where you guys can practice a variety of different movement mechanics from our library inside of an actual map without worrying about people running around and shooting you. And that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed that, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys. Silence, I've been overseas looking on.